Welcome back, SethBling here. Today I want to do something a little bit different. As a lot of you know, I've been recently speedrunning Super Mario World on live stream on twitch.tv and also live streaming to YouTube occasionally. And I just wanted to share with you guys what I'm exactly doing when I'm speedrunning the game. So I'm going to show you this video, which is my personal best time on the game, 11 minutes and 2 seconds, and I'm going to explain things as I go and give you some insights as to what's actually going on. For those of you who don't know, a speedrun is basically completing an objective in a game as quickly as possible, and my goal in this speedrun is to beat Super Mario World as fast as I can, using whatever means necessary. So in this first level, the important things are that I grab Yoshi from that box, and I also have to hit the midpoint in order to become Big Mario. But otherwise, I'm just trying to get through the level as quickly as possible while avoiding all the enemies, and it's important that I maintain my running speed to the right. There's a kind of a top speed in Super Mario World, and if you walk off a ledge, or if you stop holding the right button or the run button, you'll slow down from the top speed, which is no good. Now, instead of progressing forward in the world, I'm actually going to go to a different level in order to exploit a glitch. And glitches are very common in speedruns in order to speed up your time. They're usually considered okay, but it depends on the category. In this category, this glitch is allowed. And the glitch I'm going to do here is to obtain the orb. The orb is an item that that basically ends a level later in the game, in the normal course of the game. I'm going to get it early and in a way that you're not supposed to be able to get it by eating a charging chuck, which you're not supposed to be able to eat, by exploiting a glitch where I eat a coin and grab the coin before Yoshi's able to eat it. So you could see it happen there. It was all very fast. At the top of the screen, there's like a Koopa looking at its own butt, and that's the glitched orb item that's in my inventory. It's a little bit complicated how that's done, and if you want an explanation, come by the stream sometime and ask. So the glitched item at the top of the screen, the orb, I'm going to use it later in order to skip an entire level. Actually, I'm going to skip Iggy's castle, which is the first castle. Here we are on Yoshi's Island 3, and basically the only important thing is that I get through this level as fast as possible. I don't need to get any power-ups, don't need to get Big Mario or anything. It's just really important that I get through it quickly, don't slow down, and obviously don't fall off and die. So I did that here in the PB pretty well. The world record for this game is 10 minutes and 26 seconds, so with this personal best, I'm about 36 seconds off the world record, which may seem like a pretty small amount, but it's actually a lot of time, and it involves using some difficult strategies that I don't feel I'm quite ready for, but hopefully soon, within a couple months, maybe I will be. We'll see. It definitely takes a lot of practice and learning in order to become good at this game. In this level, again, the goal is just to get through it as quickly as possible. Don't need to get any power-ups or anything. Now, in the next level, which is the boss level, basically, of World 1, it's called Iggy's Castle, I'm actually going to skip the entire castle using that orb item at the top of the screen. I'm going to jump to the top of the screen, press select to release the orb. You'll see it very briefly on screen. Well, you didn't even see it. And I collected the orb, which immediately ends the level. This is great for this level because there's an auto-scrolling part, and also it skips a cutscene at the end of the level, which takes quite a bit of time. So this is the kind of glitch I'm talking about. In this level, which is Donut Plains 1, I need to grab this cape, and I'm basically just going to fly over the entire level. In Mario, if you know how to use the cape, you can actually skip through a lot of levels this way without actually doing anything very difficult. It's pretty easy, actually. I'm not really sure why the developers of the game decided that they wanted to make it this easy, but I'm going to fly over the entire level and grab the secret exit rather than obtaining the normal exit, which involves putting a key in the keyhole. And I'm going to do this in order to start the path towards Star World, which is a secret warp area that allows you to skip to Bowser's Castle while completing a very small number of levels. This level, which is Donut Secret 1, is very tricky due to the difficulty of moving around in water. Now I'm going to go to an area through this pipe where there's a Koopa, and I'm going to grab the Koopa's shell, and the reason for that is that if you're holding a shell, you actually move faster through water. So you'll see here I'm moving quite a bit faster. I'm going to keep some enemies on my way through. And it's really important that I keep the shell and don't allow the shell to hit an enemy. It will kill the enemy, but it'll also make me drop the shell. That was actually intentional there because I felt I no longer needed the shell. Grab the key and get another secret exit here into Donut Ghost House and Donut Secret House. And this one involves several glitches. Well, I guess mostly just one glitch, where I'm going to dive cape into a ghost. And when you're diving, you actually can't take damage, so it allows me to basically go through that ghost ring without taking any damage, and it significantly speeds up the level. Here I'm going to go up and around these ghosts. It's kind of a tricky path, a little bit difficult to do, but I practiced a lot and got it down so I could do it pretty consistently. Here I threw the P-switch a little bit too far, but that's okay. We're going to go through this secret door and fight Big Boo in a pretty straightforward fight where I just grab some blocks and throw them at him. Now I am getting an actual Super Nintendo. This speedrun was run on emulator, SNES 9X, but I'm getting an actual Super Nintendo, and so soon I'll be doing my speedruns on an actual console hardware, which you think it wouldn't make much of a difference. Why not just use the emulator? And it actually does make a big difference. There's actually a lot of input latency with an emulator and a LCD screen. The amount of time it takes between when you press a button and when you actually see the results on screen is actually fairly large. Okay, here we are in Star World 1. This level is extremely straightforward. I'm just going to go straight down and straight down again and grab the key. In all of the Star World levels, you need to use the key to exit the level in order to progress in the Star World. Now, there is a glitch where you can zip through the blocks, and I am in the process of learning that glitch, but I didn't use it in my personal best speedrun here. This level is another water level, and I'm going to grab Yoshi in order to swim fast through it like I did in the other water level using a shell. And this one is really straightforward. You just swim over the entire level. Now, I do plan on doing some speedrun races with this game. MC Gamer in particular is in the process of learning the game. I think it'd be a lot of fun to do some races with him. And otherwise, Speedruns Live is a great place to do races. There's a lot of people live streaming who you can just play with and compete against, although it's a very friendly environment. So that's pretty cool. So I'm going to be doing that on my stream some, and I already did a couple of races. Star World 3, again, a very straightforward level. This is probably the most straightforward short level in the game. There you go. Just fly right up, grab the key, put it in the hole. That's it. The Star World levels are actually mostly pretty straightforward. This level, again, I'm going to use the cape, but instead of flying over the level, I'm actually going to fly under the level. Now, it's a dangerous kind of fine line to play here. You can actually dip a little bit below the screen and still be okay. If you go too far, obviously you'll die. So I need to stay below all these obstacles here and then raise myself up, which can be kind of difficult sometimes, but it usually isn't too hard. Grab the key and put it in there, and we're done with Star World. Now, notice on the bottom left, I have splits there. It's basically like in running, you keep track of each lap independently. So in this run, I keep track of Yoshi's Island, Donut Plains, Star World, and Bowser's Castle, each separately. So this is Bowser's Castle. There's basically you have to go through 2 sets of doors, 1 through 4 and 5 through 8, and you can choose which door to go through. I choose door 2 because you can see there's a very simple and easy strat there. And door 5, again, very simple and easy. This one just involves running right and getting the right timing with that. And so here you can see I just run right through the room. But there are different doors depending on how complex you're willing to make it, or how difficult you're willing to take on the game. So yeah, like I was saying, the splits over there basically track how I'm doing against my previous personal best, which was 11 minutes and 29 seconds. Okay, we're now in the final Bowser fight. The normal way that this fight proceeds is that Bowser has 3 stages, and in each stage he'll throw some Koopas out at you, some Mecha Koopas, and you're supposed to stomp on them and throw them up at Bowser. But I'm actually using a strategy developed by other speedrunners, where I just kind of float above Bowser in order to mostly just stomp on the Koopa as he throws them out, in order that they'll just fall right on his head. And it's much faster, obviously, since you don't have to wait for him to toss out the Koopas, stomp on the Koopas, like you see this Koopa has been stomped on, and then toss it up at him. It's also a lot safer if you have the timings down exactly right. And in this speedrun, I did. So that's how the fight basically goes. And each stage is a little bit different. In stage 2, he drops some giant marble balls. In stage 3, he kind of stomps the ground. But this strategy basically is very good about avoiding all those obstacles and very quickly dealing with Bowser. You'll also notice that the first split, which is minus 6.5, which means I was 6.5 seconds faster in this run than I was in my previous personal best. It's gold. That means that's the fastest I've ever completed that split, that segment of the game. And so at the bottom of the screen, you see the sum of best segments. That means you take all of the gold splits, all of the fastest times for each of the 4 segments that I'm tracking, and you add them up, and you get 11 minutes and 1 second. It's sort of like a theoretical best, given my current level of ability and strategy. And so 11:02 means that I actually played pretty much perfectly given my level of ability and strategy. And we can see I got a gold split on Bowser's Castle there. And so that was nice. I got my 11:02, which is a pretty good time, 36 seconds off the world record once again. And I was very excited. In a moment, we will see that.
Yahoo! Damn.
Yeah, put on my Mario hat, and I was very excited because when you spend a lot of time working on something like this, and I've spent basically like the last week and a half or 2 weeks working very hard on this, probably about 4 hours a day, trying to practice strategies and improve my skills. It's very exciting when you do get that new personal best time. So I'm definitely looking forward to improving my time and improving my strategies and skill level, maybe taking on some other categories within Super Mario World, and maybe even some other games. But I really encourage you guys to come check out a stream sometime. It can be very exciting to watch speedruns. I've been watching a lot of speedrunners for the last year and a half or so. And so yeah, come support me and you know, endure my failures, but you know, celebrate me when I succeed. And so twitch.tv/SethBling, you can come watch me there. Also follow me on Twitter if you want hints at when I'm going to go live, because I don't actually have a set streaming schedule. But yeah, come by sometime and take a look. That's about it. Thanks for watching.